This is the moment.
The Bachelorette is back. And the power
I'm gonna fall in love.
is in Jen's hands.
And I'm gonna do it my way.
ABC Mondays.
Everything about her is great.
I feel so special.
Jen's looking like a queen.
My men are very, very hot.
Someone call 911. You are looking so fired.
This is the beginning of a new era.
The Bachelorette. All new Mondays, 8/7 Central on ABC. And stream on Hulu.
Previously on Savaged.
Here on the show, that's part of the show, that come to certain milestones here on Savaged Unfiltered. It's very rare because I've had some personalities and people part of the show that's kind of come and gone. Past producers. I used to have a gentleman that worked with me up in Atlanta. No longer with him, but it happens. It's life, guys. It happens. Everybody, increases their opportunities for other things in life, and I get it. I'm not mad. I'm not going to have a hissy fit. I'm not going to throw a temper tantrum. It is what it is. Producer Eric up in Atlanta doing some other things. I got a really good friend of mine that I've known for years here, Shaky. That's it's been part of the show since I was merging from Atlanta over to Orlando. So it works out. It works out better that way. Sometimes people have to go to their respected places in life. It's not too often, guys, that we run into milestones here, and these certain milestones that I'm talking about is a gentleman here that's been part of the show going on a year now. That's right, guys, a year. The author of his book, Terror Strikes Coming Soon to a City Near You, and his second book, How to Write a Book and Get It Published, guys. This is Joseph M. Lenard here. It's coming up just about a year. He just hit a year, actually, last week. So I want to say thank you very much. I wasn't expecting him to kind of hold on to this exciting journey. We were going to do maybe 1 or 3 episodes with Joseph, but we hit it off. We kind of feed off of one's energy, one's presence, and he seems to enjoy the show here on Savage Unfiltered. I want to bring him on here, Joseph M. Lenard, buddy. It's been great having you on here, man.
Well, first let me translate the Michael speak. What he really means, and he kind of glossed it over, is that nobody can stand Michael's shit for more than 6 months.
Oh, God, yeah.
Before they say,
Michael Gardner on demand.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Your discretion is advised.
The space coast of Florida to Motor City, Detroit. This is the Savage Unfiltered Podcast with Michael and Joseph. An Anchor FM broadcast on iHeartRadio.
Doesn't say the word gay anywhere in it. It has to do with age appropriateness and not peddling sex on grade school children.
I've been trying to get pregnant for the past year. I really want to bring a child into this world and raise they the right way. Could you imagine doing a natural home birth, vaginal delivery, and throwing a beautiful gender reveal party when they is 15 years old? But
whether it be gay or straight, it has no business being discussed in grade school. That is a family value issue.
Yeah.
Savaged
We have the left peddling the climate change, global warming hysteria over hurricane season. It isn't. And let me also add, here in Michigan, we had a pro-life activist going around trying to create awareness about our Proposal 3 who was shot and is in hospital in critical condition. So pro-life people and pro-life buildings are being targeted for arson and damage. So, the left-wing violence and demagoguery of these issues know no bounds. It isn't just that one guy.
Yeah, I want to, guys. I want to get off the serious note for a minute. I want to, because everybody always thinks like, oh, like Savage Unfiltered is always serious and this and that, guys. We are, guys. It's about addressing key issues. Excuse me, when it's necessary, and I believe that Joseph can agree to that too, including Sauce. But I want to go to a more of a funnier part here of the show. I want to go back to October 11th last year, which at first I labeled it a mega show, which it still is, guys. It is a mega show, but it was episode 333.
Like 3 times more expensive for young men to get than for others. So I think the bit that I want to work through isn't like men shouldn't be able to get guns. It's like let them drive, like the thinking being like it's kind of crazy that their risk profile is so high that they're legally allowed to charge more money for them. But also like
labeled How Cool Is This with Brian Reitz and the Therapy Twins. Now, folks, the Therapy Twins, I mentioned just briefly here with Joseph. That was part 2.5 because we've had them on for like 3 times now. But that was the very first time we had the Therapy Twins on, and oh God, what a fucking roller coaster that episode we got. I mean, we probably only heard them for like the first maybe 3 minutes, and then they had some issues, which we have issues sometimes on the show. It's networks, they're the greatest fucking networks in podcasting today, but they have glitches here and there because people in the in the app and, the different websites are constantly putting in the updates. I tell them all the time, leave the fucking updates alone. It looks great. Stop putting the fucking updates in it because you're fucked up the stream sometimes. But, this episode, guys, with Brian Reitz, Joseph, I thought this guy was okay. But remember him? He was the guy that was like the comedian, but he wasn't really a funny comedian.
I remember that one. Yeah, it's again another one of those really interesting ones because it is off the wall and odd. And yeah, was the newer budding stand-up comedian, and he didn't really have much of an audience presence. We'd be asking him questions, and it's like, yeah, no, it's like, really? I don't know about whether I'd bother to see your stand-up act because you don't seem to have a very good, participation, interaction, improbability here that you're demonstrating.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to go to another episode, guys. I'm labeling them as I go. I want to label like a couple more, and then I want to get Joseph's favorite if he has any. Hopefully he has some. I'm sure he has a couple lined up there, But I want to go to episode 331, guys, dated October 7th of last year. Velma from Scooby-Doo, now considered a lesbian. Remember that whole thing, guys, with Velma last year? Like they finally brought Velma out of the fucking closet, right? I think we all knew she was a dyke or she was somewhat, bisexual in some way. I mean, as a kid, I didn't know she was gay. I didn't even know what gay was at 5 or 6 years old watching Scooby-Doo. But like later in life, I mean, we always kind of knew she was kind of gay or maybe like I said, bisexual because the way she carried her character. But she finally came out of the closet. The creators of Scooby-Doo finally made her a lesbian.
What?
Go figure.
Yeah.
I tell you, Joseph.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It's one of those. It's there. It's obvious when you're older. You look back on those things and you can see it. But that was fine. That was okay. It was there for those who kind of knew what was going on and noticed it and could appreciate it. But unlike today, where it's open gaytivism by gaytivists, 2 terms I've coined, and you can see that in the Why Budweiser episode.
Sorry, late night. Yeah, if you kind of getting the drift of where I'm going with that. Guys, we got a good one today. What the hell is going on with Budweiser? Jesus Christ, they're going off the fucking rails there. They're supporting a transsexual woke nonsense. And now they have Dylan, that stupid woman, man, whatever the hell you want to call it. Dylan, whatever the hell her fucking name, he, she, him, she, her, whatever individual wants to be. I'm telling you.
He hates these cans! Stay away from the cans!
Savaged, unfiltered.
My fellow Americans, it looks like some things have changed. Are we doing a good enough job teaching our children what America is and what she represents?
You want an abortion? Get one!
Younger parents aren't sure that an appreciation of America is the right thing to teach modern children.
We're not going to make America great again. It was never that great.
When I drive into a neighborhood and there are American flags, it's a message of white supremacy.
I'm warning of an eradication of the American memory that could result in an erosion of the American spirit.
We need to completely
Dismantle the police department.
If we forget what we did, we won't know who we are. We've got to do a better job of getting across that America is free, and freedom is special and rare. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of enterprise. As long as we remember our first principle and believe in ourselves, the future will always be ours. Ours was the first revolution in the history of mankind that truly reversed the course of government, and with three little words: we, the people. We, the people, are free.
Pick up your copy of America's Political Warfare, Our Modern Civil War, available on Amazon.com and other platforms December 30th. Get it today.
Like when we had on Levon DuPont, there's a big difference between these drag queen tranny circus clown acts and a real trans woman, using that in air quotes because I know the term still upsets people, but you know, we have to use terms, define our terms, have some sort of common language to go on. But there's a big difference, and even Levon agreed with me, from the LGBT wanting tolerance and acceptance like they claimed was all they wanted at the start, versus these gaytivists engaging in gaytivism and wanting to get to the point of legalizing pedophilia like we are today, and we warned was going to happen decades ago.
Yeah. So I'm gonna label one more, Joseph. I'm gonna label one more because I have one more favorite, guys. I have many favorites. I'm labeling them out. These are all my favorites. I want to go down here. Bear with me, guys. I have them all on my phone, and I remember which ones that are my favorite here. I want to go to the last one here, guys. This was dated last September of 2022, last year. Episode 320, guys. Letters to William with David B. Cole. Now, guys, we got a lot of flack for that episode. A lot of flack. Hold that thought, Joseph. I know Joseph, if you're viewing in Rumble, he's doing the head bopping. Guys, you can't see the head bopping if you're viewing it in audio. That's why we're trying to bring the audio over to Rumble, because you can see all the show expressions, facial reactions, everything, guys. It's so much better on Rumble. But guys, I want to go to this episode, going back. Now, this episode, Joseph, there was a lot of flack on that with David B. Cole. I've gotten so much flack on this episode, guys. I've actually had a voice clip that was submitted to then Anchor FM, which is now considered Spotify. The old network was actually Anchor FM, but now they're now known as Spotify for podcasters. So the old clip, we actually had his daughter send us a clip, guys. Yeah. Send us a clip, and I have that clip, and we'll plug it in here momentarily. But his daughter reached out to us and said that I was not aware of my father writing a book about myself and his grandson, and I will be forever mad about my father using us for content.
Hi, my name is Caitlin. You recently featured David Cole on your podcast. He's an author. I am Caitlin. I am actually his daughter. My son is his grandson. I just wanted to reach out to you and really just ask, I guess, for you to please take down the episode that you aired with him. I didn't know about this book until it was too late. He absolutely played me for a fool. He wanted back in my life. He wanted to meet his grandson, and really, he just was using us as, subject matter. And I wanted you to know that he's not a safe person for anyone, let alone my son. So I guess I just wanted you to know that and to ask you, please take it down. Thank you.
He is a deadbeat grandfather and a deadbeat father. Joseph, I didn't know about this about David Cole. I the way he was presenting himself, it sounded like it was the other way around. It sounded like the daughter was basically enraged with her father for some strange reason. And, there's always two sides of the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still think I believe him over her, and that she may have just been engaging in spin, because I know, like you had said, she tried to get you to pull that episode. And that speaks volumes to me, that she wasn't willing to come on and give her side. She wanted to pull the usual leftist, censorship, cancel culture bullshit and shut him up.
Yeah.
So I still kind of believe him more than I do her. And I think his book is great and will do a lot of good for a lot of people who are or have been estranged with a parent or a grandparent.
Yeah, I've read the book twice, guys. It's a tremendous book. I highly suggest you check it out. You can go on Amazon.com. Check him out, David B. Cole. He's got a lot of different types of books. Amazing. So many different books. The books that he had submitted to us were they were in depth, Joseph. Let's just say it like that. They were very in depth type of books, but really, really good stuff. Again, to piggyback off of what Joseph said about the estranged daughter, of Mr. Cole. Joseph, I don't believe her. I want to take his side, and I'm taking his side for a reason, because when you say something like that and you send a voice clip over to a podcast, whether it's myself seeing it or a producer seeing it, that does speak volumes, Joseph, where, you know what I mean? It's saying something about her as a character and a persona and as a real person. Like, come on, Joseph. She didn't know that he wrote a book. The fucking book is published all over the place. Search his name. You find it on Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, Amazon.com. You're telling me you don't know your father wrote a book? Like, you live under a fucking rock or something?
Well, it is clear. She is clearly estranged from him.
Yeah.
So, that she didn't know he wrote the book, I can kind of buy that. If she's estranged and wants nothing to do with him, she wouldn't be Googling him. And, don't use Google.
DuckDuckGo, Joseph.
DuckDuckGo, Jibberoo, or FreeSpoke. Don't use Google, but we use Google as a verb nowadays, right? I'm sure she isn't searching him to seeing what he's up to these days, because she don't care.
Yeah.
So she didn't know. Okay, I can buy that, but the rest of that story, I don't know that I do, though.
Yeah. A couple more, actually. Let's do a couple more. We'll do episode 281. Oh, God. Now we're getting into like the part where Joseph almost came into the show here. Episode 281 last year, America's Real Pandemic, Mental Illness. Oh, God, guys. That was
trying to change it. And these left-wing people, it's never about really the racism, the sexism, or the whatever they talk about. It is all Marxism. It is all fascism. It's all about them having power and control Talk about a hard-hitting, deep attack on the left political...
Not another damn dime to Ukraine. Not another damn dime to Ukraine! We have fucking natural disasters that happen in our backyard, and they won't do a goddamn thing about it. For all you fucking little natural disasters that happen in our backyard, and they won't do a goddamn thing about it. For all you Democrats, sons of bitches out there, it ain't nothing personal.
Joseph, you were on fucking fire on that episode. Oh my God. I actually see a vein coming down the center of Joseph's forehead almost, just about. His face turned red like a tomato. I was like, oh my God, Joseph. Go sit down and have a bottle of water for Christ's sake. He was like, you motherfuckers, you. He said nothing. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, man. Oh, with so many good ones. We'll do two more, and then I want to get Joseph's top three, and as we close it up here.
Yeah, I brought up a couple. I went back into my Instagram and opened up some windows. I think I've got like 5 that I popped open.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla. It's the best idea ever.
Whoa, 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 whoa. The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla was my idea. My idea. I invented that on a jet ski. Instead of doing donuts on the water like the other guys, I do triangles. Like Doritos chips and pizza. Then it hit me. Doritos and Papa John's. You're welcome, world. Another one.
The Doritos Cool Ranch Papadilla.
I did that. Yeah. Genius.
Five. Okay. Well, we're going to get your 5, but I want to do 2 more here. I want to go to episode 276, Episode 276, dated June 8th, 2022. Loaded show. Well, we call them Clueless Nation. I'll give you a fucking free plug-in, you motherfucker, you. Tommy Nation Politics with former CIA agent Pedro Israel Orta. Now, I had Joseph on the show, and the tension between this former CIA agent that served under 3, was it 3? No, I got my show notes here. Bear with me. Yes, even the most unscripted podcasters have show notes. 1 second. Here it is. Oh, he served under 4 presidents, folks. 4 presidents. He served under Clinton, George W., Barack Obama, and the first year of Donald J. Trump. Okay? Now, the tension between Mr. Orta and Clueless Nation was on fire. Now, Tommy was trying to get this guy, Joe, to, lean to the other side, but it wasn't happening. Tommy automatically, throughout maybe 30 minutes into the show, was getting that he was like a MAGA guy. And he's like, wait a minute, you're CIA. You're not supposed to be MAGA. Look at you. You got all the fucking Trump shit all in the background. And he's like, I can do that. That's what's being American. I'm allowed to express whatever the fuck I want to express in the background, he said. He had MAGA shit all. You got to look at that episode. It's on our Rumble, and it's also on our Twitch feed, which we're no longer part of Twitch. I can't stand that platform. I'll never go back to Twitch. Fuck Twitch. Twitch is shadow ban me forever. They love shadow. They're like another fucking YouTube, really.
Yeah, we weren't on that platform long, and I'm glad. No. Yeah, I was never much for Twitch. There is a Telegram. Have you heard of Telegram? Conservatives tend to go to Telegram. Twitch is a leftist thing.
Yeah. And one more, guys. I'm trying to find it. Bear with me. I know it's around here somewhere. I got them all down here. It's the episode that Joseph just came in. Episode 2. Oh God, bear with me. I'm up to 258 here. There's a couple that Joseph weren't part of because he's part of Wham Radio, so his schedules were a little crazy back then. But where the hell is it at? Oh God. Here, it's coming.
Yeah, like you said though. I mean, it's a long list.
Oh, here it is. I finally got it, folks. Bear with me. Episode dated April 21st. So actually, it is almost a month. We're actually celebrating about, I think, like a week and a half early. But it was dated April 21st. So this upcoming May 21st will be the official year of Joseph M. Lenard on Savage. But dated April 21st, 2022, conversation with the author of Terror Strikes, Joseph M. Lenard. That is episode 244, guys. We just finished up, if you count the exclusives and the behind the scenes and all that up, 499. But we had to cut it off a little bit because of the rebranding. So our official number right now this episode will be 450. So minus 450 from 244. That's how many episodes Joseph's been associated with Savage Unfiltered. It's been a lot.
Yeah, it has been quite a bit.
Yeah.
And one of the episodes I have up on my screen right here, I don't have the date. I posted it on Instagram at J. Leonard Detroit on early mid-January, and it was season 4, episode 393 with David Edward. Remember?
Oh God, I remember him. Yeah.
Former special agent, and he's got like 40 books. And he, on the one hand, it was great because he was complimenting my how to write a book. It might, give him some additional interesting ideas for spin in his future books. But at the same time, it was great. He was giving me shit about not having a full-time publicist. So
yeah.
So
he was giving you shit. Yeah.
There was some seriousness and some fun in there. We were digging a little back and forth on that. So yeah, that's like this former CIA guy, former special agent David Edward, and all his books. That was a great episode. I loved. And another one I've got up here.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Joseph's actually let me talk. Holy shit. Did you see? There was a pause. I put a pause in there. No. David Edward. Speaking of David Edward, there was Joseph. You remember that time where we were supposed to bring him on a Monday, then we went to a Tuesday. Then I was like, oh shit. Then we were crossing over other guests because we were getting guests left and right. We still are to this day. I had to put a couple on pending status because I'm making this whole episode about Joseph. We were supposed to bring one on. Don't get upset, Joseph. Don't be like, oh, Michael, what the hell's fucking wrong with you? Bring a guest on. No, it's not always. No. I have to honor Joseph because he's been on the show for a while. But no, we got some upcoming guests coming on, some part 2s and a couple of new guests coming on. I always give part 2s and part 3s if it gets to that point, which we've had.
Yeah.
Everybody always questions me, like, why do you do part 2, part 3? It deserves a series, folks, because of the content.
Oh, absolutely.
Tremendous. But speaking of Edward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joseph. 1 second. I know Joseph's on fire. I gotta give him a mic sometimes because he shuts me up every time. But no. Speaking of David Edward, we tried to get him on many times, and he was getting impatient at one time back then. He was like, "Well, are we going to be on it?" Or I mean, we went from a month to like a month and a half. But I'm glad we had him on. Go ahead, Joseph. I know you want to say something.
Yeah. Well, you were referring to upcoming part 2s and that. I mean, it's good to have follow-ups because, things happen between. And like with Charlene, we had technical issues, so we had to kind of cut that short. But I want to tell people to go find the old, go to Rumble or Instagram, IG, to find my comments. There on either Rumble or Instagram. It's not in the show notes or other places so I'm setting up a joke for her next show. So if you want in on the inside, you got to go to Savage Unfiltered, Instagram or Rumble to find that episode and see.
You're gonna set her up a joke. You got a joke ready for her, right? Right, Joseph?
Yep.
Guys, I want to. Go ahead, Joseph. I'm gonna punch you in the nose. Go ahead.
Well, I was joking. I'll give it away. I was joking about her being a CIA plant, but I won't say any more about that. Go read that comment.
She's an eggplant.
Yeah, read it. It's available on. It's available on. The fuck. When the hell did that light get bright for a second? Jesus Christ! The light's shining on me. I feel like Jesus is over my head right now. No, anyway, you got to go on Rumble and you got to go on. I think Joseph had put that comment on Retalk. You could see that comment in a couple of sites. Folks, I'm not on 15 platforms like Joseph, so I only see some of the comments in some of the sites that he puts it on. I know he puts them on Rumble and he puts them on Retalk sometimes, a few on Instagram, IG. But yeah, you got to check that comment out. Joseph, I want to plug this in here. We're honoring the very first episode, guys. I'm going to plug it in as an audio. Check this out. This is what won't plug in the whole thing. What is it? About 66 minutes and 11 seconds. I'm not going to fucking plug the whole fucking episode. But anyway, guys, you got to go back to the library. But here it is. The very first episode. Check this out. Oh, we got to turn it up here. Oh, boy. What the hell is going on? There we go.
Savage!
And Matrix co-creator Dust Up started all this. It hit him personally.
God.
The cancel culture and the censorship and the shouting down of all things conservative. And Elon's not a conservative. He's a bit more libertarian, but he's at least not a full left-wing camp leftist loon snowflake.
Leftist loon snowflake. I love the demeanor that comes out of Joseph sometimes. He's not a left-wing goon loon snowflake. Joseph, that was all one sentence, by the way. He put like you had to put in like what 4 or 5 like fucking conservative words that we're known to say through the conservative platform. He's not a left loon goon snowflake liberal. I love it though. It's crazy. Yeah.
But that was about the Matrix co-creator. Matrix 4 is a trans allegory. It's purposely a woke film because of the dust up he had with Elon talking about red pilling, So he then went off the deep end and said, well, I'm fighting back. Matrix 4 is about Switch is the character's name. Get it? Switching genders?
Yeah.
So, I did
switching, not... like we just did. We just switched Joseph to the left and the right. Yeah, we just did a switcheroo. Yeah.
But I did not see Matrix 4 at the theater. I streamed it for free. I would not going to give them my money for that film, but I wanted to see it because I certainly enjoyed the first 3 films. But the next episode I wanted to mention relates to this discussion because we talked about it a little bit.
Oh yeah, what's that?
In I don't have. Let me scroll. The episode 3.
He's got to scroll down.
Episode 314, the movies throughout the years of Hollywood, where I talked about...
Oh, yeah, we did a movie episode. Yeah. I forgot about that. We did a couple little, like, offset. I think that's what Joseph and I were kind of, like, talking about more than just politics when we kind of went that direction. Yeah. That was, like, the pivot point. Joseph gave me an idea, and we kind of ran with it. Then we started bringing everybody on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I love that movie episode because, obviously, I love talking politics. But I also love movies, and I love music. There was a music episode, too, that was really good, but I don't think...
Not too far from where the venues were. Small little venues. I mean, probably that can only hold about maybe 20 or 30 people. And, it's you got to give credit to where it's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have a few bars like that around Detroit, too, obviously, with Motown being born here and everything. There's a rock and roll bar that's still open today called Harpo's, like the Marx Brother guy, Harpo's. Used to go there all the time and see some great acts, and you could see them before they're big. And then you have access to that one right off the bat. But 314 was about movies. And I say in that The 13th Floor, which actually is a Matrix movie that predated the Matrix quadology now, from the great Roland Emmerich, which brought us Stargate, The Day After Tomorrow, Moonfall, Independence Day. The guy is brilliant. And the 13th Floor, to me, is a more feasible Matrix movie, because think today, like I'm a former IT guy. The book is based on a book called Simulacron 3 that was written in the 60s. So long before all this AI and virtual reality was ever dreamt of. But think today, SimCity, put on virtual reality goggles and being able to download into your city and interact with your Sims. And that's what Simulacron 3 and the 13th Floor puts together. I mean, it's a realistic Matrix movie. So I wanted to bring up that episode especially. So do you have any comment on that before I mention the next one?
I mean, Joseph, a little comment on it. I mean, I'm still stuck on like all these episodes, literally, because like, I mean, I could throw so many comments into them, guys, but I mean, I would sound like an old washwoman. My comment on it, Joseph, would be like an interesting topic. Let's just leave it like that. All right. Because I mean, guys, I'm showing like realness right now on the show. Like I have so many comments on so many episodes, but I'm trying to like narrow it down because I don't want to go into lengthy, context towards these topics. But Joseph, I just want to say it's very, 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 very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is too, obviously we're teasing these. We want you to go back and dig up these episodes and watch them. And back to the politics and back to
they're tremendous.
Yeah, back to the politics, what I said before about the left and the endless distractions and deflections.
And I just think it's an absolute dereliction of duty. If you see a problem and if we agree that we need to address it, then if you're a leader, participate in a solution, right?
That's the next one I've got up. Number 313 was titled The Deflection from the Radical Left. So we went
another good one. Wow.
We went into all that there. Again, they must deflect, they must distract, they must distort, they must deny that, anything and everything to muddy the waters and not deal in reality, just their false narrative delusions and twisting of language, anything and everything to avoid a real, honest conversation in context about anything. So that's a great episode, and that was episode 313. And I think the last one I've got is similar to that. It was you had it built into the image, so I know it was on September the 3rd of 2022. I don't see the episode number on this one, but September 3rd, 2022 is Biden turning into a dictator. Well, I use the term fascocrat.
He's a dictator every day, Joseph.
But seriously.
He's a dictator every day.
Yeah, I coined the term fascocrats years ago, and it's not hyperbole. Seriously, people, listen to that episode and hear the in-depth. I will only touch on it now, and I have an article on it. They're literal. If you go to DuckDuckGo, bring up a copy of the Communist Manifesto, the National Socialist Deutschland Arbeiter Party platform, of course, that's the 1930 Nazis, and today's Democrat Party platform. You're going to see the same stuff in there.
A Kamala Harris riddle. Let's go. Today is today. And yesterday was today yesterday. Tomorrow will be today tomorrow.
They are fascocrats. 28 planks of the Nazi platform are in the modern Democrat platform. And we've talked about this before. Don't take my fucking word for it. Look for yourself.
When you start with better ingredients, better pizza, you also get better papadillas, better cheese sticks, better yummy this, and better tasty that. Get any two or more for just $6.99 each. That's Papa John's.
Yeah, look for your damn self. Look for your damn self. Joseph, I want to make a couple announcements here before we close it out here, guys, with 1 year of Savaged with Joseph M. Lenard, guys. It's going to be available on Google, Apple Music, Audible, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podchaser, Podbean. I think I labeled all the audio platforms. There's many more. It's constantly growing. Podcast platforms I'd never even heard of we're on.
Yeah.
So anywhere you hear a podcast, guys, just search Savage Unfiltered Podcast. It pops right up. It's also available in Rumble, and we throw out some snippets and clips on YouTube. We don't do full video on YouTube because of shadow banning. Don't like that shit. But guys, I want you to check out this episode here. That it's one of the latest articles, soon to be. If it's not up on your browser, it will be up on your browser soon. Titled "A Bumbler in Chief: Biden Wears His Blinders to the Border." That's written by Joseph M. Lenard, and you can catch that on the Liberty Beacon. Tremendous articles that Joseph's putting out, including before it's news. Just search Joseph M. Lenard and the libertybeacon.com. I had to get that correct. And then also beforeitsnews.com, guys. Check it out. Amazing stuff. If you want to learn more about Joseph, you can pick up his books. They're available on Amazon.com, including Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and other outlets, guys. Terror Strikes coming soon to a city near you. His second book, How to Write a Book and Get It Published, Hints, Tips, and Techniques, by Joseph M. Lenard. Pick it up, guys. Available all over the place. Tremendous book. Highly suggest you check it out. Also, too, guys, a little news here on Savaged Unfiltered. Starting in June, guys, we're going to be doing some audio podcasts. That means audio only through terrestrial radio. For some of my younger audience under the age of 30, if you're not familiar with terrestrial, hey, I'm not making fun of you. This is serious. A lot of people don't know what the fuck terrestrial is. Terrestrial radio is from my era, and including Joseph's era, and even the era before Joseph. It was before podcasting was podcasting, before iTunes and all that other stuff. We're going to be on terrestrial radio 104.0, The Block, Jacksonville's The Block, guys. In June, there's going to be the first episode on Thursday nights around 9 p.m. Eastern. That's 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, and then, of course, your respective time zones. Check out Savage Unfiltered on Jacksonville's 104.0 The Block. It will be PG, guys, obviously. Terrestrial, you won't be hearing any cusses. And if you do hear cusses, it'll be like, beep, beep, beep. You'll be hearing the beeps. I do apologize. The reason for that is I don't want to get hit by the FCC. Neither does Joseph. We don't want fines mailed to our house, and this and that. Trust me, guys, the fines are heavy. I remember back in the day when I was on terrestrial and I would do little fill-ins for a couple shock jocks in the back in the day, which I was also part of the radio station. I also had a small little section, which that radio station is no longer available. They went out of business. That was in downtown Boston. For a college station. Every now and then I would slip. I would be like, oh, fuck. And then all of a sudden you would be like, beep. You would hear a couple bleeps. And trust me, guys, those fines are like $100 a fine. So can you imagine like how many fucks, shits, ass, pussies, douchebags, bitches, all that stuff we say on the show? Can you imagine what our fines would be at the end of this episode? Yeah, that's on terrestrial. I don't want that. So check us out on terrestrial. Also going on Tampa Talk Radio in July 29th. Yes. July 29th, we'll be on Tampa Talk Radio. Check us out there. Also, too, guys, I highly suggest to invite you over to Static Radio. Joseph, myself, and Sas, including Sas's fifth adopted mother from San Antonio, Texas, was just on Static Radio.
Hey, everybody. This is Bob. Hey, everybody. This is Bob.
Sure, I paused because the screen was telling me something, and of course I get lambasted for it. Hey, Miles and I are here with 3 people from Savaged Unfiltered. First one is Michael Gardner. I'm going to push for him to change his name. And then Joseph Lenard, who is a published author, I believe, right, Joseph?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And yay! And Saucelin. I don't even know what's your last name, Sauce.
So my last name is Temanson. Teman.
Oh, never mind. Saucelin is here with us.
Yeah. Why did you answer that? They don't really care.
So too complicated. As soon as you starts with a T and moves into other letters. I don't know. Whatever.
It's Smith.
Smith. Okay. Saucelin.
Yeah.
And he is.
This past week, last week actually, you want to check out Static Radio Library, available on iHeart, Spotify, anywhere you hear a podcast, guys. Tremendous personalities with Bob and Miles, Bob Lament and Miles Tibet. Check it out, guys. Tremendous people, guys. We had a blast. I think we had a blast on that show, Joseph. I don't know about you, but it was great, buddy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fun. It was great to have another venue like that, and that too was like the recent episode we did Graham Norton style, where we were kind of all thrown together into a big stew and to see what came out of it. And one last thing I do want to mention, thank you for mentioning the books, obviously. And if you're not a Bezos fan, he's got enough money, obviously. You could go to terrorstrikes.info/shop.
There you go.
Buy an autographed copy direct from me if you're in the U.S. I will include free shipping, and you can use code SU, not FU, S.
Fuck you. Yeah.
SU for Savaged Unfiltered as the promo code at checkout for a discount off the price. Get one or both of my books autographed.
Yeah. And before we, tremendous, guys. I highly suggest it. I'll repeat it. We'll put it in the show notes here, guys. If you head over to terrorstrikes.info/shop, you can get that discount. Joseph just mentioned he's going to throw in the free shipping. Tremendous. I mean, I can't go fucking wrong with free shipping today, especially in today's economy. Guys, if you're viewing us on Rumble, I do apologize. If you notice, I do live in the state of Florida. And the window next to the studio here is the sun is actually going down in Florida. Obviously, if you can see me on Rumble, Joseph's probably saying, "Mike, you look like Two-Face from Batman. Half of your face is covered and the other face is shiny." No, guys, I mean, literally, I'm looking at the sun right now. Look, see, I just put my face to the sun, and the sun is like literally going down here in Florida, which is about 7:12 Eastern. The sun usually goes down between 7:30 and 7 o'clock. So, you're getting a fucking live view here of the fucking studio here in its recorded time. So if you look at me, depending on your viewing this, and it's like fucking 12 o'clock in the morning, you're like, Mike, why the hell is there sun on Michael? And it's 12 o'clock in the morning. What the hell is it? Yeah. See, the sun just went away. I live next to a major roadway here, Joseph. So there was a truck that went past my window, so that's why I kind of blocked it out real quick. Yeah.
One last thing is, so hopefully people will see this as a visual, even if you're hearing it. Maybe go back, because some of the clips hopefully will be video clips from the other shows we did. Go to rumble.com/user/savagedunfiltered. Now, we don't get a whole lot of views on Rumble. I'm trying to change that. I'm hoping we're going to get more views on Rumble, because people like to see video.
Yeah. Guys, it's I want to close it out with this, and Joseph makes a good point. Guys, when we first started out with the podcast here of Savaged Unfiltered, with Patriot Angle Podcast, the original name, we started out as an audio podcast, I really did. We did very well when we first started out with audio, and I was able to, and the show was able to establish a lot of following through Spotify, and then now, of course, iHeart, doing very well on iHeart. I mean, we do about 80% here on the show on iHeart, about 60% on Spotify. And then it breaks it down to different percentages. You know, Apple Music, a lot of people like iPhones, you know, the Apple doing very well. I'm seeing a huge risk here, Joseph, even in the listeners here listening, with Alexa devices and Echo devices. Those are the smart devices, which, by the way, guys, here's something cool. Check us out. If you have an Alexa device, right, and you have the Echoes or whatever type of smart device you have, just say to Alexa, hey, Alexa, play Savaged Unfiltered podcast. Guess what, guys? It's going to come up to the most current episode. Obviously not this one because it hasn't been published yet. So it's going to go to the most current one, which was behind the scenes that just aired yesterday. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to do, well, depending on how you, I don't want to say yesterday because some people listen to this 4 or 5 weeks
right.
later.
Yeah, it's going to depend on when people tune in. And again, let me reiterate the point. There aren't a lot of views. You'll see if you go to Rumble, a low view count.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean nobody's watching these shows.
No.
We've got tons of listeners.
Yeah, there's tons of listeners on the audio, but you know, we're trying to bring some of the audio. Some people don't like looking at the video. They don't like looking at our. Oh, excuse me, I just burped. Wow, that was embarrassing. But no, I had a cold one before this, so it came right up. I was waiting for it. I would like burp myself like a baby, like a mother burps a baby. But anyway, no. A lot of people don't like listening to video. You know, they prefer the audio. It's easier. They can listen to it on their car or they're on the way to a job site or office or whatever. You know, it's so much easier. They do the same thing. You know, we have Joseph. I got to close it out because I'm starting to blumble. But anyway.
But if you don't watch video, you don't get to see the hand gestures, the facial expressions.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Joseph. We have a set of personalities here in Florida, guys. If you're familiar with these people from 101.1 WJRR, Orlando's rock station, which can be viewed on iHeartRadio. I'll give them a free plug because I told them I would. Hat tip to you guys on WJRR Orlando rock station. There's a two set of personalities called Lynch and Taco. Funny as fucking hell. And they're in the mornings. It's Wake Up with Lynch and Taco. And Joseph, they do better on iHeart than their actual video show. The same way. They're on Rumble, they're on YouTube, but they do tremendous on iHeart. So sometimes it's the audio that does better than the video. It happens, you know.
Yeah. The only issue is that certain shows you purposefully have some video clips to show, and it's good to get that additional perspective and context. Like if you're pulling in a clip of Biden or cackling Kamala or cringe John
riddle.
Peon.
I just heard a train. Was that on your end, Joseph? I think Joe Biden visit the train.
Look, it's not a Trump rally.
Right, he's coming in, Amtrak Joe coming into town, right? Yeah.
Oh God, I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of views here with the Two-Face guys. No, I don't have makeup on my right side. It's the fucking sun. It takes a while in Florida to get the sun down here, you know.
Yeah. Well, the sun's coming down here in Michigan too. We're in the same time zone.
Yeah. But it's probably going to make up for some good content on Rumble, you know, because like half my face is showing, the other half is you know.
Well, it's like you mentioned the Frederica. Federica, like with the Borg face. Part human, part machine.
Yeah, check that out, guys. So, tremendous episode, Joseph. We just
throw back to that episode
a couple weeks ago, 3.5, almost a month ago with Federica, which you're going to see a lot more of Federica on. She's begging to come on the show, so I'm trying to fit a segment, Joseph, with bringing her on. She wants to be part of the show, so my God. Maybe we can have an Italian segment of her or something. I don't know. You know, 10 minutes of Frederica. No, that's too much time. No. But guys, we're gonna close it out here. One more announcement. We're gonna close it out here. we have some merchandise coming here soon. Yes, guys, the merchandise. We have about 20 designs. I was able to save a lot of designs from the old show of Patriot Angle Podcast. A lot of people in emails, guys, have been reaching out because I get a lot more comments on TikTok too. People on TikTok saying that they want the old nostalgia of Savage Unfiltered. This nostalgia would be from Patriot Angle Podcast. So we're bringing some nostalgia designs back from the old show. A lot of old logos, a lot of old content. Now, guys, as I close it out, check out the new shop, which is going to be launching next month in June. I'll have all the designs for the first couple of months. Each month, guys, about each month, we're going to have new designs coming out. The new the first phase will have all old Patriot Angle Podcast merchandise, including Savage Unfiltered, including some merchandise from Sauce and from Joseph. You're going to have all of some of phrases that Joseph says on the show, like "there's a double entendre," some great stuff on T-shirts, mugs. You can get Joseph happy little face when you drink that morning cup of coffee. So it's really good stuff.
Yeah, I keep joking. You got to get Michael's mug on a mug, right? Michael's mug on a mug.
And then we're also, that too, Joseph. Yeah, that too. And I do also have permission from Uncle Herpes, which we're going to put Uncle Herpes on a mug. And we're going to put herpes shit all over. We do have his permission. So I told him I would share the royalties. But he's like, no, I don't want no fucking royalties. It's all for you, my brother. I was like, okay. Because, I share royalties, with like people in the show, Sauce. And, oh, God, I'm giving out. I'm not supposed to say on the show. But anyway, guys, yeah. So we're going to close it out, Joseph. I'm going to give you the floor, man. 1 minute or less. Like, where do you see yourself here, man?
Hello. Do not adjust your equipment. No, this is not Michael Gardner. I am Joseph M. Lenard, and I am hijacking this broadcast momentarily to issue a heartfelt thank you. Thank you to the clueless nation's fascocrats that tune into this show. Thank you. I've repeated over and over. And with that, let's get on with the show.
Next, what do you want more of Savage? Like, this is for the listeners to understand a little bit more of Joseph. Like, do you see anything happening here for Savage? Do you want some more stuff happening, man? I want to know, man. Like, what's on your head here, buddy?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm a very much a go with the flow. You graciously allow me to use the word co-host, but at the end of the day, I'm still really just a guest here, and I greatly appreciate you having me. Whatever you want to talk about, I'm 60 years old, so I pretty much got an opinion on anything and everything. So whatever you want to discuss, I'll weigh in on.
Yeah, Joseph will give you some fire if he deserves to give the fire to you. And we've seen that many times with Joseph, where he has actually argued with some fucking idiots we've had on the show. About 4 or 5 different times we had some people on the show that Joseph literally was, I mean, if there wasn't a screen blocking him, he probably would have choked the bastard out, to be honest with you.
Sweaty Penguin. The Sweaty Penguin guy. What a joke. Yeah. If you want to see a leftist loon, get torched on the Savage Unfiltered show, the Sweaty Penguin one, he was not prepared. He just thought he was going to come on, peddle his climate alarmism manure, and not get, presented with facts in response to debunk his garbage, and he got toasted. So yeah, I mean, normally we bring on a leftist and courteous, like we did the welfare show. It was a very cordial conversation. We didn't agree on everything, but it was a great cordial conversation because we all earnestly cared about protecting children. And but yeah, the sweaty penguin one was a leftist that just spewed one too many moronic, untrue, delusional talking points, and I blew my fucking lid.
Yeah. Blue the live. Guys, I hope you enjoyed 1 year of Savaged here with Joseph M. Lenard. Like I said, guys, the man, the myth, the legend, the author of Terror Strikes coming soon to a city near
you could
including
see that,
his second book, How to Write a Book and Get It Published.
Yeah, you could see that shirt in a couple episodes, and I'm leaning over now to grab it, actually. To piss off the clueless nation, I occasionally wear it. The man, the myth, the legend. It's not showing up on the green screen too good, but yeah, Lenard, the man, the myth, the legend. It's not that I think that much of myself. It's to piss off the leftists who, can't deal in humor, have no sense of humor, and understand I'm poking fun at myself with this, and they get all pissed off. So.
Oh God, they get pissed off. Guys, and by the way, that will be on the new Savaged Army shop, which the new website, it will be called Savaged Army Shop. That will be on the new shop here with the Joseph M. Lenard, the man, the myth, the legend. It's going to have some really, really updated graphics to that. I want to do that for Joseph. I'm gonna mail it to you, actually, Joseph, so you can wear it and all that. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna have like liberal jackasses on the back. It's gonna have like Clueless Nation, not their faces, but it's gonna have like some stupid shit on there. I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it's gonna look really cool. We got some really good designs. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today. Yeah, go ahead, Joseph.
You want to tease enough to get them to go to the store, but not give too many spoilers, right?
Yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Keep it savaged. Please join the Savaged Army. Let's fight for America and end this craziness. Thanks very much.